Masombo, KTN.
Now, there's huge misinformation and disinformation among members of the public in regards to certain proposals within the 2026 Finance Bill. According to Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Buddy, there's an imminent risk of politicizing the document, even as public participation closed today on the bill. KTN's Noah Kipkemboi with the details.
Just a day after Kalonzo Musyoka asked Kenyans to reject the Finance Bill,
reject Finance Bill 2026-2027 because that's introduced quietly leasehold.
Treasury Cabinet Secretary fired back, saying that he's peddling false information.
Because I know he knows that is lying. Why would he lie to the people of Kenya that Finance Bill 2026 contains such a provision and it is not there? That is irresponsible politics.
But to clarify on the tax proposals, the CS noted that 25% excise duty on mobile phones is not meant to increase mobile phone prices, but to simplify and rationalize the taxes.
You bring the phone, there is no tax, there is no charges, there is no levy. But the time the phone is bought and is being activated is when you pay one single tax, that is excise duty at 25%. Tell me how that makes phones more expensive than the current arrangement.
The introduction of reporting framework for virtual asset transactions in the Finance Bill is said to fill existing gaps within the current legal framework in the fast-growing sector.
And anything new, and it is producing revenue and producing income, must also be subjected to tax in the spirit of fairness and equity.
For card payment fees, the bill proposes the expansion of professional fees to include interchange fees and merchant service fees.
It would have been very easy to just tax them, but the court made a determination that the interchange fee does not fall within royalty and management and professional fee. Therefore, we are bringing them into that definition to remove that ambiguity so that when they make money out of this platform that they're giving to the banks, then they would pay.
Kenya's private sector has, however, pushed back on this.
Taxing digital processing triggers a cascading tax effect that increases transaction costs and the cost of doing business. Furthermore, a withholding proposal explicitly attempts to legislatively reverse the Supreme Court of Kenya's decision, Barclays Bank of Kenya, now EPSA versus the Commissioner of Domestic Tax, because there is precedence in that ruling.
While presenting private sector's consolidated position and recommendations on the Finance Bill 2026 to the National Assembly's Finance Committee, the Kenya Private Sector Alliance noted that Kenya's economy has structural vulnerabilities that will not withstand some of the proposals within the bill.
We must avoid measures that unintentionally will burden formal retail, MSMEs, digital commerce, and already strained households.
We've seen a lot of taxation introduced on inputs. One is the excise duty, and two is the export investment promotion levy. And our proposal is we need to remove taxation on raw materials.
Our packaging material for local manufacturing or pharmaceuticals has an excise duty, and that's what we would want removed.
But invoicing for school fees via items is a logistical nightmare for schools. And so what we were asking was, what we've asked for is to be exempted from invoicing through that.
Parliament concluded public participation today, after which the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning will prepare a report from the public feedback and table it at the National Assembly, recommending whether to retain, amend, or scrap specific tax proposals. Noah Kipkemboi, KTN.
Well, as Noah Kipkemboi highlighted, public participation on the Finance Bill has concluded. But mind you, Parliament resumes tomorrow after a 3-week recess. So among the issues of focus will be the Finance Bill, the cost of fuel in the country, among other issues that circumvent the cost of living. I'll be hosting parliamentarians at 10 p.m. So we'll be canvassing that issue, plus plenty more. Stay tuned. We take a short break right now. You're watching KTN Prime. We'll be back in a few. Keep it right here.